So on today's session, we'll cover deployment process. What is deployment? What do you call, why do we call as deployment process? What is a deployment in Salesforce?
I
You were
think
in that.
once the implementation is done, we have to push the code to the production environment.
Correct. It is a moving a code from one environment to another environment. Okay. Deployment means to transfer the data and metadata to another org. Okay. How many types of deployment process that you have? There are two types.
Static dynamic.
Hey, no. 1 minute. Just give me a minute. Let me make that. Deployment process. That means moving code from one environment to another environment. Deployment means to transfer the data or metadata to another org. Now, coming to your types of deployment. First is your second will be your development instances. Now, we don't work on production org, isn't that? Why do we don't work on production org?
It is live environment.
It's a live environment. Yeah, that contains live data, right? So we don't work on production org. We work on development instances. Okay. So in development, let us understand first production instances. Okay. Development instances is the place that we work. We work on those sandboxes. Okay, and then we deploy to a production org. So in this production org, we don't work. We work on developments. Now coming to your production instances. What is production instances? What is production instance? It is used by whom?
End users.
Client.
Yeah,
Correct?
that's one there.
Production instance is used by the client. Used by the client or end user, whatever you're saying, end user. Okay. And this is called your production org. This contains live data. And different types of production instance we have. Now, do you think every production org contains the same size or the same features? Huh?
No.
because it depends on what price are you giving it, isn't that? There are different types of production instances, from a small business to a larger business to the small requirement to the bigger requirement, because there might be couple of client, okay, they don't have much requirements, okay, they might be required a very less data storage or very less features in it, so they don't opt for entire application, they don't apply for the entire requirements, okay, they go on a minimum. So in this, similarly, in the in the production instance, we have different types of production instances. One is essential. Sorry. Essential is a basic most. Okay. Then starter, professional, enterprise, unlimited. These are your production instances, where every instance has got a different features and different require different data storage, different features, different add-on things that they have it. So not every client they will offer unlimited, and not every client they will go for essential. Essential is your basic most. That's your basic most. We will see how these production instances are and what is the pricing of this, and what are the what are the features it is enabled in this. So we will learn this, because in your interview definitely they will ask what is the deployment process, how many types of deployment process you have, and what are your different types of production instances, what are your different types of sandboxes. There might be many questions they will ask. So basic things that you should be aware of it. Okay, so we are going from the basic, not just see some automations tools and see some test cases, learn how to write, and then just go away. No, you should know the entire basic in-depth details, because on a work wise you will learn only you will do only your practical things, but at your interview, if you don't know your basic things, then definitely you will not be able to crack. So that is the reason we are going step by step. Okay, so now we will learn how to see what is the prices of this now. Okay, Google. Salesforce production instance pricing. Mhm. Sandboxes. This is a very useful thing. This has entire pricing list and I'll share it to you as an add-on. But this is not the one that I wanted to show you. But this is a useful data to understand what is the price of it. This is all like CPQ is an add-on thing. This. These are instances. It's here. See, when you check the, the pricing of it for a small business, how much will be the pricing? This is for starter, okay? A starter, it's a basic plan, essential plan it is. Where if at all, if you're looking for per month, per user, it will cost you around 2,000 rupees. Where what is it including? Dynamic email marketing and analytics, out of the box, sales process, seamless customer service. Okay, here it is per user per month pro suite, where it is like the flexible CRM suite with when more marketing, sales and service apps included. Okay, here you're going to have signature plan. No, that's not the one. Kidhar gaya? Overview. So here you have, there are more, in fact, it was supposed to be even unlimited. So it is like like if I say essential, this is going to be a standard one. Okay. Premier, it will be a starter. Signature will be your enterprise. Professional services. So here you have all the features, like what all it is available. Now, when I talk about pricing, why it is not showing here? Okay, I'll share you this screenshot of that particular plan, or I'll share you this all-in-one add-on. You can see the price of it. But it has got five production instances, okay, where every instances has got a different features and the different data storage, and also with your data storage और क्या है data storage and the add-on apps that is required. Okay, I am not able to see that pricing here. or we can just see the pricing here. How much will it cost? Generally we'll see how much a sales app would cost. I think we can see here. Sorry guys. Okay, see here. So even with every app, okay, every sales app or your service app, so every sales and service app, there are different pricing and different features that is available. See, this is the one that I was talking about. Okay, no matter what, like you have starter, you have pro suits, you have enterprise, you have unlimited, you have Einstein process. Okay, you have all these instances, production instance, and also you will be getting what is the features that you'll be getting. Okay, and every production instance is different in the pricing. The reason is you would get add-on benefits. So here you have, if you're going with the starter, you will only get accounts, contacts, leads, and opportunity. Okay, these are the ones that you would get. These are the objects that you have that you will be getting it. If you're going with pro suits, that will be costing you $100 per user per month. Enterprise, it will be $165 per user, and it's going to bill per month. Unlimited, it will be $330 per user for a month. Like this, if you have Einstein, you remember I was telling you that there is one add-on tool that is for advanced reporting structure. Have you come across with CRM Einstein? Anytime have you heard about this? Tabular reports.
No, ma'am.
No, tabular reports you haven't heard? Einstein report? That is not going to come in your basic admin learning. Okay, that is an advanced learning tool where you will be learning advanced way. How do we, let's say if you have some data, right? If you have some raw data with you, by looking at that data, you can analyze you can analyze what is the business that you have done, where is your losses, and you can predict your business. Like for the past 3 years, what is your business that you have done, and what was the reason that your sales were increased. It is going to be with the help of AI prediction. Okay, with the help of tabular has been taken over by Salesforce. Okay, so with the help of tabular as well as with your Salesforce AI, so they have combined and they have made a add-on tool that's called CRM analytical tool. Okay, that's called Einstein tool, wherein that you will be able to predict your business. Okay, so that is especially if anybody is taking a sales product, right? So they would opt for this Einstein tool. That is an add-on tool. Like similarly, you have that CPQ tool, right? CPQ, have you heard about that CPQ tool, which is used in the sales app? Maybe you haven't come across that if you are well through with the sales application, right? This is Sales Cloud. If you are well versed with the sales process in the Salesforce, then you would be also learning CPQ module. CPQ module, it is going to be a process for order management. Okay, even that is a add-on tool, will be paid. Okay, by the client, if at all, if they are looking at Einstein, if they are looking at CPQ tool also. So now you can see here how it has been built. The prices are very huge, but as they have a prices, the features are also like that only. So they'll be more. See, Einstein for service. Okay, it is going to be $75 per user and per month. Einstein bot. Okay, and you have CPQ. See, this is one I said. CPQ for sales and service. If you're looking at Pro Suite, Professional, Enterprise, and Unlimited Edition, it's going to be $75 per user per month. Get basic configure price quote services. Okay, and if you're looking at add-on things, configure price quote service with increased process control and automation. So this CPQ Plus will be an automated tool where it will be helpful for you on your sales and service, with raising a quotations, with raising by having order management. So that CPQ module will be very helpful. So this is again an add-on tool that is there. And Einstein is also add-on tools which is there, which can be integrated with Salesforce and it can enhance your business. So for everything, there are costs which is involved. Okay, so like this, we have a different editions. You have enterprise, you have unlimited, you have service edition. So like this, all instances are different. So based on this pricing, the client will go for it. The client will go and they will opt for that kind of a storage capacity or on the features capacity. This is a Einstein. This is the production instances. Okay, where you can see, if you see in unlimited, you have premier success plan, you have sales engagement and like conversations intelligence, you have advanced forecast and pipeline management in unlimited. Okay, but if you are looking at Einstein sales, you have all the features available. But as we see all the features, they also have the pricing also like that, $500 per user, and it's going to build per month, then it is huge. Okay, so this is about your different types of instances that you have. I'll share you this in detail whenever you have time, just for your understanding. Not necessary that you should know the pricing, but it is important when you see how much do they cost and what is the benefit and what do they do with this particular. Now Tableau Plus for Salesforce. Okay. Now how much does it cost? Okay. Revenue intelligence. You have Salesforce maps. You have sales program, and there's Quip. You remember this Quip Advance? We haven't covered this for you guys. While we were doing process builder, this was there, right? Quip growth with real-time sales planning inside of Salesforce. So this was an add-on tool. If we don't have, if that is not integrated with the Salesforce, okay, so we can't perform this actions. Quip actions, okay, so those things are there. Starter. See, this is with starter and pro suite. Marketing email sends. So this anyhow, it is integrated. We keep sending emails, right? So whenever we, like this, we have covered in the automation flow. Whenever a candidate is creating, whenever the candidate record has been created in the object, automated email is going to the user, to the candidate, right? So that anyhow, this is there. This is enabled. Service channel, sales cloud, voice. Okay, self-service, customer community. So everything has a different prices here. Okay. So I'll share you this, go through with the pricing, you'll have a fair idea, just to have a fair understanding. Okay. Now, once this is done, based on the requirement, client will go for their additions. Okay. What addition do they need to buy it? Now, coming to your development. Instances. You have different types of. What is development instances? Who will be using this? Who will be using this development instances?
All workers like us, like who are all developing or
Developers.
testing.
Yes. Yeah, developers, tester, or UAT. Okay, all these people will be using this. Okay, development instances on this environment. We can perform all the development activities. All the development activities without disturbing production environment. Now, how many types of this? In this development instances, again, there will be again a storage capacity. Again, there will be a different types of development instances that we have. We call it as sandboxes. Have you heard about the sandbox? This is the place that they do the activities. They try to create, right? They try to create or create an object or an app or automation tool or whatever. If they wanted to create, after creating here only they will be once you create, then a tester will test, and then after that only it will go on to the production, right? Without that, it will not go. So even while doing a testing, even your developer should have some space to do all the activities, right? So again, there is a different types of development instances we have. That is developer sandbox. This is your first type. Second is your developer pro sandbox. Third will be your partial copy sandbox. Fourth will be your full sandbox. Sachin, you were there with testing, is it?
Yes, yes.
What sort of a sandboxes that you were using it?
Like we are not using like in manual testing we use for how to say, there is no sandbox and all. It is like black box testing, like
That's what.
code
Even in
level.
that black box, what is the capacity that black box had? There is some storage capacity, right?
Actually, we don't use black box and all. In manual testing, there is no black box.
Okay. Okay. In manual testing, there is no sandbox. But how? Okay. Developers, when they created, they would be using it. Okay. Not you. Okay. You were into complete testing, right? But here we are showing you how a developer also will be creating an object. Okay, with this deployment process, you will understand in real life, like how the object will be created by the developers. Okay, in this development instances with the help of sandboxes, and then with the help of chain set, how are we going to do a transfer into the production org? All that we'll be seeing it. Okay. This is the steps, but I'll take you through. That is maybe like by tomorrow I'll take you through with all this assignment. Okay, we'll do live. We'll do live. Now, when I give you I wanted to show you the differences. Give me a minute. You should know like what is the refresh intervals, what is the storage capacity.
I'm not
You'll be
audible.
asked. Sorry. Now
This
you're
much
able
time your
to.
voice is not audible. What you
It
spoke
was not
below.
audible.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 minute. Huh? Just a second. Now my voice is audible?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Okay, when you have when you have these development instances, right? You have these are called your sandboxes, okay? Where each sandbox has got a different refresh intervals, a different storage limit, and what is that they can copy it, okay? So that you need to be aware. I just wanted to show you that in a PPT. Rather than PPT, we'll go with sandboxes. Here you can see the refresh intervals in live. Okay? What are refresh intervals? What is called refresh intervals? We'll see in details. Refresh intervals are nothing but copy data from production or to another sandbox. Yes. This is very important. Can you see this? Developer sandbox. Developer Pro sandbox, partial copy sandbox, full sandbox. In your, now again it comes with your edition. You remember this is my production instances. Okay. In my professional edition, in my enterprise edition, in my unlimited edition, in my performance edition. Developer sandbox, that means how many developer license that I can have it. Like how many developers can work on this. This is number of developers 10, 25, 100, 100. Okay. Then what is it? Developer sandbox. No, that is not available. Let us see the storage capacity. Yes, this is the one. Definitely 100% these questions will be asked to you. Okay. Developer sandbox refresh interval is 1. Okay. Let me just reduce the size of it. Refresh intervals. Okay. Sandboxes. In developer sandboxes, refresh interval will be only 1 day. Okay. Within 1 day, you can do intertransfer. Okay. And storage limit 200 MB. File storage 200 MB. What it can copy? It can copy metadata only. Sandboxes template not available. Developer Pro sandbox 1 day refresh intervals. Data storage will be 1 GB. Okay. Which can be upgraded up to 2 GB. Okay. And file storage is 1 GB. And metadata, it can copy metadata. Partial copy sandboxes 5 days. Data storage 5 days. File storage same as your production org. This is going to be your basically your developers, as I have seen in real time. They would be working, either people will be working in partial copy sandboxes or developer pro sandboxes. Okay. And full sandbox, that is 29 days, same as your production org. Whatever is your production org that you have taken. Okay. It can be your professional edition. It can be your enterprise edition. It can be your unlimited edition, whatever the storage that they have there. So even with full sandbox, even with this full sandbox, again, you will have same storage capacity. So that is the reason it is not specified here. And what it can copy? It can copy metadata and all data. What is metadata and sample data? What is metadata only? Sachin, you might have come across with this.
Yes.
What is metadata?
Metadata. What are the details, initial details we give, like that?
Correct. So initial data, like for an example, if I'm creating an object, yeah, it can copy, right? Or it can copy a field, it can copy objects, or it can be copied, something like this. Okay. But when I talk about sample data or all data, that means it can store large data with the kind of if I say large datas, it can be where the size of this particular MB can be an image, or can be your formulas, lot of formulas that we create, right? So it can copy all those datas, a large datas with the basic datas also. This you need to mug up for sure. Types of sandboxes, if anybody asks you types of sandboxes, you should be able to say that developer sandbox, developer pro sandbox, partial copy, full copy. And second, if they ask you what is the refresh intervals, Developer sandbox is 1 day. Again, pro sandbox is 1 day. Partial partial copy is 5 days, and your full sandbox is 29 days. The refresh data is something about the copy data from the production or to another sandboxes. Suppose for an example, if there is some action which happened, like let's say, vice versa. Give me a minute. Where is this? Now for an example, okay, first we will see how this works out. Who will bring up the story for us? User story. What to create, how to create, who brings this story for us? Who?
Business owners, BA.
BA. Once, what is his job? He will create all the stories. Entire parameters what client is looking at, right? So he is the main person. That means a BA who's joining as in BA, he should be thorough with all admin, development, QA, all the process. He should be thorough with it. Then only he can become a BA, because he is the one, he's going to speak to the client as one point of a contact, and he'll be able to negotiate saying that, sir, this is doable and this is not doable. This can be done, this cannot be done. Right? So he will be understanding the entire requirement of the client, and then he will be able to negotiate that what is doable, what is not doable. After that, he will be creating a user story. Okay. He'll create a docket, and then he will come back to whom? He'll come back to developer and admin team, a management, right? Admin and developer. Now, they will be talking. Who? The BA will come back to these two people as an upper management, and he will say, guys, we have got a new requirement from this client, and he's looking at these parameters. He wanted to create this app or this object. He wants to do this sort of a validation or this kind of a relationship that he need to create, or he need to have a dependency field. He needs to create automation process, and he needs to have a roll-up summary on this, and he needs to have a report in this kind of a format, and also he has got some kind of a old data with him, so we need to update that into this particular object. And once we create this app, then we need to give access to so and so users. That means we need to create so many users, and once we create so many users, we need to create so many profiles, and after creating a profiles, we need to assign only these object to these people, right? So he is going to narrate everything to this team. So once he narrate, and with the process, the document that he has, then these people will take a requirement saying that, okay, from the development side, this is doable from my side, and from the admin side, he will say this is doable from my side. Now, once they deploy it, once they do all the implementations, then who's going to come to a place? Who will be coming into the place? There will be someone, right? Who's that? Who will be looking after once they create? You guys. That is QA. Testers, yeah. QA. What he will do? Based on the story that has been sent, right? He's going to review that. And after that, he's going to see what you guys have created. I mean, what this developer or admin people have created. And he's going to create a test cases. Okay. He's going to prepare. He's going to see the user story, and then he's going to prepare a user test cases. Okay. Then he will say test steps. Then I check the
Not audible.
Now is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So once it has come to QA, what he's going to do is he's going to create a test cases, and he will create test steps, and he will access as a mirror user, right? How will he do a test? Now for an example, there is one object, okay, that's called position. We need to give access to user 1. as edit and delete. Now tell me, being a tester, being a QA, how are you going to write test cases? How are you going to write test steps? And how will you log in? Whose account you will be logging in? This is a scenario. You need to create a position object, okay? And you need to assign this object to user and give access for edit and delete. Now, being a QA, how are you going to test?
First, you have to write a test case.
Correct. Yes. Say me.
Like, first we have to log in as a user.
Which user?
Like this user, first user.
Correct. So understood?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mirror user.
Then we have to assign edit and delete to
it is already
next
been
person.
done.
Yeah, check
It is
the.
already.
We have to check, test it.
Yeah. You need to test. And once it is tested, then what will you write here? You will write the steps, right? I logged in as a user. Then I went to this user management. I went and I checked under this profile.
The expected result have to be proper, and then what are the actual result we have to write.
Correct. Expected result, actual results, you will be writing it. Okay.
Yep.
And once you write this, if there is an error, now instead of delete, you had given modify all. Now, will you sit and do delete option, or will you send for a developer?
If there is an error, we have to revert to the developer.
Yes.
Via
if
which
there is an error, report bug. Right? If there is a bug
report,
then
we
you
have
will
to
be
do a
reporting
bug report.
it to him.
Yep.
And once it is done, it will come back to him. Then after that, again, he will send you back. And then after that, once you do a test, now after doing test, what happens? Now
whether it is working properly, the actual result we meet to the actual result, then it will be like move to release.
Then move to where?
Move to release, right?
You need to first see, once you do test, that means you are being a QA, you have done a test, okay? But has the client has tested?
No.
So it has to go under UAT.
Yeah, user accessible testing. So
yes. So once in this UAT, the person will be actually doing a testing that what is the requirement that I had sent, okay? And is it matching on the same? Because that's a double cross verification will be done by the client side. And once this is done, then it goes to the production org. So what we have learned is just a part of it. We have learned only like how to create, how to do automations, how to create users, how to give an access. Okay. We have just learned only this part so far. And after we learned this, now we are going into a, QA. Now development, whenever you have time, you can learn. That's up to you guys. So now when we have created this, now being a QA, there'll be someone who will be testing. After they do a test, a user acceptance will check. Okay. Then after that, only it will come to a production. So there are a whole lot of production. Okay. There are a whole lot of process is involved in this company, right? So nothing goes just like that. Now, one more question. If I need to do, after I put in the production org, Sarika, can I do my edit in my production org?
No.
Now in the production, why I can't do?
Because that is the live data present in the production environment.
Okay. Now for an example, this you understood with the process, right? Now, when we talk about refresh intervals. Now, suppose client wanted some sort of a upgradation. Okay. So once they do that changes as per the client requirement, okay, they do the changes. Again, they have done the changes. Again, it went to QA. Again, UAT applied, UAT reconfirmed it. Okay. Now they are doing a refresh. That means a refresh interval. Okay, not refresh. I can say here. Admin or a developer. Okay. Let me show you what is this. If I just give a, this is going to be a production org. This is a production org. User 1, user 2, or user 3. This is, I'm talking about once the UAT is done. Okay. Once it has been tested. Now, if there is some release that they need to do it. So developers has to push somewhere, right? To the production org. Now, suppose you have worked on position object. Who? Sachin. And Vigneshwaran has worked in candidate object. And Sarika has worked in some job website, employee website. Okay. So at that point of a time, if you need to do a refreshment, that means I need to push it to the production org, right? I need to push that into a production org. Suppose he has worked, so he need to deploy here. So in my app, it will be job application. Okay, 1 minute. It will be a job application, or it will be a position object, or it will be a candidate object. So whoever has done their work, it needs to be pushed, right? So that is the reason we use that refresh intervals. Refresh intervals will allow users or developers to push the data to the developer or to the production org, so that the client can see all the details up to date. Okay, that is about pushing the data. Now, can someone tell me what is the refresh interval for full sandbox?
29 days.
Yeah, okay. What is the developer pro sandbox in refresh interval days?
1 day.
Yes. And what is the storage limit for developer sandbox?
200 MB to 400 MB.
See, like this, definitely it is a mug up thing. You need to be aware. Okay. So this, make sure you are thorough with this sandboxes, how many types of sandboxes, and what is the storage limit, what is the refresh intervals, what it can be copied, all that they would definitely ask. And when we log in, okay, tomorrow we will see, I think today only we can create. Let us create today. So today what we will do is we will create a production org and we'll try to create sandboxes. Now, since we are going on the trial version, okay, because as we all know, when we go and buy what is that, a production instances, okay, that is huge on the cost, which we can't afford. Okay, so you can try out that on the trial version. There is 1 month availability, free trial. Okay, so you can practice. So that's the reason, working out with a dash in a weekday classes will help you to have more days in your hand and you can practice it.
मुमताज
Hmm.
वो रिफ्रेश इंटरवल मुझे नहीं समझ में आया ठीक से लाइक
Okay, refresh interval क्या होता है basically? Just give me a minute.
मतलब आप
Suppose
okay
there are three or four developers are working, okay, and every developers are working on a different object, correct?
mm-hmm.
So okay, let's say you're working on a same object. Worst scenario, if you're working on a same object, आपने 10 field बनाए हैं and Sachin has created 10 fields.
Okay.
Right? So when you merge, when you do a refresh, right? So definitely client will receive, you have created 10 fields and Sarika has created, Sachin has created 10 fields. So total put together 20 fields have come.
Right.
And now suppose if there is no refresh intervals, okay, then even you will be confused कि how many fields Sachin has created, how many fields Sarika has created, vice versa, both will get confused, right? Because your work will be divided accordingly. Suppose if you're working in an org, for one app, if you're working, so your works will get divided. So your Vigneshwaran will be working on different object, you will be working on different object, and Sachin is working on a different object. Once you start working on a different object, you need to push that into a production org, right?
Right.
So to push that into a production org, then even an opposite developer should be able to understand that, oh, Sarika is already created,
Okay.
right? So then only
So,
we'll understand who are lacking behind with what work.
okay. So once I push whatever I have created, so after
Mhm.
one day Sachin will be able to push, not on the same time, like that.
No. You can push. You have a different sandbox. He has a different sandbox, and Vignesh has a different sandbox. So refresh interval. If you're going with developer, अपना जो standard वाला है ना developer sandboxes
Hmm.
or developer pro sandboxes, that refresh intervals are 1 day.
Okay. मीन्स लाइक
आज आपने काम किया,
रिफ्लेक्टिंग, हाँ,
हाँ
तो मतलब
हाँ,
मैंने आज काम किया और मैंने पुश किया वो कोड, तो
yes,
आज वो चीज़ रिफ्लेक्ट हो रही है। इवन
हो
सचिन इज
जाएगी.
ऑल्सो, यस,
Able to
सचिन
see
ने
on
भी
the
पुश
same time.
किया, बट
Yes.
दैट विल नॉट रिफ्लेक्ट।
No, it will reflect. Every sandbox has a different this thing, right? So when he's refreshing it, even you are able to see. So the next refresh, what happens again after 1 day, you will have to push it. Let's say, let me take an example. Suppose if you're working on a partial copy sandboxes, okay? What is the refresh interval? 5 days, right?
राइट।
So today you have done, today you have pushed it to that production org, okay? And the next refresh that you can do only after 5 days.
ओके।
So till 5 days, we will not be able to get to know okay, who's working on what and what has been updated.
ओके।
Okay, so that is about refresh intervals. But don't worry, these partial copy sandboxes, full sandboxes, even they are also customizable. ऐसा नहीं है कि 5 days ही रखते हैं वो. It can be customized to 2 days or 3 days also. When you're
ओके।
working on a real-time scenarios, they would be changing that refresh intervals. They have an option to change refresh intervals for lesser days also. When you guys are going and working with partial copy and full sandboxes, yes, it is available. But I was just trying to say you that what does that actually do?
Okay.
Because when you're saying 5 days hota hai na, example, because when you see what is that, it can be copied. Just give me a minute. It can be copied your metadata and your sample data also. So the storage capacity jo rehta hai, even the content also will be huge. Okay, so it takes time to get refreshed again. You need to wait for some days to again update. Now, if there are any releases that happens, okay, in the company, so we need to push that, right?
Right.
So it'll take. So depend on the size, depend on the content. What are you pushing it? So it takes time.
Okay. So
Because
every individual has its own sandbox. Suppose I'm
yes,
working on developer sandbox. So
Hmm.
today, if I push some code, so I'll be able to push in a next day or on next day only, not
Yes,
today.
next day only. आज आपने
O-
कर दिया एक. Today you have created. Okay, let's say today you have created an object. That's called
Okay.
job application. Today you
Okay.
are able to do. Once you have created, after your testing जो भी हुआ है, होने के बाद
Mhm.
you have pushed it. Okay,
Okay.
and once you have pushed it, again next one more intervals that you can do after 24 hours.
Okay. Got it. Got it now.
ठीक है?
Okay. So that is for individual. Uh,
Yeah. See in this in this one org, ये आपको कहाँ पे मिलता है पता है? Developer sandbox, where do you get, So like when you are creating a production org, within that production org, they'll give you a space of sandboxes. Every production org contains sandboxes. अभी आपका एक प्रोडक्शन ऑर्ग है. Now let's say there is a production org. अभी जो भी ये प्रोडक्शन org, whatever that you have, right? We don't push all the before we could push that into a live data. Within this organization, we have something called sandboxes. Okay. Sandboxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or up to 25 or 100 based on your production instances. Okay. That is the reason I showed you here. यहाँ पे आपका, can you see? Professional edition में you can only have 10 sandboxes. If you have enterprise edition, you can have 25 sandboxes. Unlimited editions, you can have 100 sandboxes. That means 100 users can work on that particular project. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if I say there are, let's say 25 sandboxes, right? So now this person, now he has created something. This is, I'm talking in the production org only. Okay. So we create sandboxes and we give them a access. So they will log in the sandboxes. Developers will be logging in as sandboxes. Now let's say we have created as a org, right? हमने एक org बनाया. We had created an org and we had given access for users. In your admin, what did you learn? We created one org. That's called this. Okay. And after that, you started creating number of users there. And then you told them to work on it, right? Similarly, in your production org, okay, there will be a production org. In this, they'll be giving couple of developers to work on sandboxes. Okay, they'll be working on sandboxes. Abhi ye developers, what he will be doing? He'll be creating, they are your developers. They'll be creating apps or object or some validations or something. Okay, but it is not reflected, it is not updated in production org. It is that they have given access, user banaya un logon ko, and they have created sandboxes and they have given access for those developers to work. Once these people, they create all the object, what they'll do is with the help of connection, okay, they will add into a production org. And once this production team will validate, okay, whatever the data that what we had requested, and if that is validated, it is working as per their requirement, then they will put into a live form. You did not understood?
Understood.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll create one production org. In this production org, there is a production org. In this production org, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create sandboxes. 1, 2, 3, maybe like let's say 3 sandboxes. That means my 3 developers can work on this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and all these 3 people, all these 3 sandboxes will have 3 different logins, and my developers are going to use these sandboxes and they will be creating their objects or fields or whatever. Okay, they'll be creating it. Once they create, with the help of connections, I will be transferring it to my production org. This we will be doing it. And to do that, I need to have a production org. That is this. Once we have production org, then we'll create sandboxes. And once we create sandboxes, then we will connect this sandbox to production org, this sandbox to production org, this sandbox to production org. Once we do connection, then with the help of inbound and outbound chain set, this is a tool. We use chain set, we use Git. There are different, tool where we can transfer the data. So we use change set to transfer all of the work, whatever we have done, we will transfer it to production org. Okay, so for that, first thing I need to have a production org. So how do we create a production org? In the last class, I think I have already used my professional edition. Now let me choose another edition because it is valid for 30 days. After 30 days, it will get expired. And if you need to buy, again, you'll have to go on the priced edition. So rather wasting your time or wasting your money, so you can look for your free trial versions. So I'll say Salesforce production environment. Login. We'll use professional. I think this I had already created. Let me see if it is still there. I'll cover it. So here, once you click on it, look for this professional edition. Okay. Start your free trial. Then it will ask you to fill all your details. This, let me give you a login. Professional edition production org. Okay. Here you need to write your first name, last name, QA, job title QA, then your phone number, your email ID, your country, next. Company name, you can write any company name, employee size, what is the employee size, then what language, and I agree to it. Start my free trial. Safer side will create sandbox and will keep, because to activate those sandboxes, it will take 30 minutes of a time or more than 30 minutes. So it's better we do it today only. Let us create this login. Check your inboxes. Now let me go back and see my email ID. I should receive an email. Maybe it takes time. Check your inbox. If you don't see it, might stuck in spam. Okay, let me see. It's going to be a same process that how when we opened a new account and developer org, it will be the same process. It's just that you need to reset your password. Let me see why it is not showing. It does not reach to me. It might take some time. Salesforce. Okay, that's come now. Okay, can you see? Verify your account. Now this is going to be my username. Okay, this is for my production org. So now let me verify it. I'm going to reset my password. This is my username for my production org. Okay. Give it right now. So what brings you to the Salesforce? Here you can just mention evaluating the test, evaluating product. This was not there earlier. Now it has started. Then what is your highest priority today? I would say deployment, sales plan. What is your experience with the sales platform? I'm very much familiar with CRM. Submit. This is my production org. Let me log in as my, we'll understand how you can do a differentiate between this org, production org to a developer org, because almost you find the same thing. Okay, very, all the apps, all the objects, everything is same, but the look and feel and the add-on features are different. This is my edition. This is my sales app, right? Now, when I compare this with this, you might find some of the changes, isn't that? The home page. In real life, how will you find that what kind of a instance it is? Okay. I'll show you. How do you make out what is the difference? How do I make out whether it is a production org or a developer org? See, in the production org, you will be able to find sandboxes. Let me just click on setup and show you in the quick find. This is going to be my production org. In this, you'll be able to see my sandboxes, chain sets, okay, inbound, outbound chain set. But when I go to my normal developer org, this is my normal developer org, which we were using it for admin learning purpose. Here you don't have sandboxes. Here you don't have chain set. Here you don't have deployment. Here you have deployment settings, okay? Basically where you find deployment, yeah, here you have. So basically where you have sandboxes and your chain set, that is your production org. And this particular org is valid for 30 days. And if at all, if after 30 days, if you really need to buy, you need to contact, you cannot buy here also. You need to contact customer care because there is no self-service available here. Okay. Now, let us create sandboxes and we'll keep. Now, before we could create sandboxes, we need to create public group. Can anybody tell me why do we create public group?
More than 2 users only.
Yes, more than 2 users if we have, we'll create public group here. Now, just to be on a safer side, I will say QA 8 p.m. This is a group. Now here I need to add the users. I'm just adding this as of now. Okay. I have created my public group. Now, after that, I will create my I'll go to my quick find. I'll look for my sandboxes. Can you see this? Developer 10 license I have. If I would have had Developer Pro Edition, then I would have had 25 license. Partial copy, full copy, then I would have had 100 license can be used. But as of now in my developer, this is for a training environment where we have 10 license available with us. 10 license to create sandboxes. That means I can have 10 users where they can use these sandboxes. Okay. Now, if I need to create sandboxes, let me create new sandbox. Click onto this sandbox. I will say sandbox 1, just to be on a safer side. Okay. One. It's a Sarika. Now there is a limitation, okay, on the text also. So let's say sandbox 1. Now when you see developer edition, refresh interval 1 day, capacity 200 MB, what includes configuration, apex, metadata, all users, and available. Okay, that is 10 license available where I can use it. Similarly, your every sandboxes has got all the details. So even when you open it, you can mug up this, what all it can see. Configurations, apex, metadata, all users, records, all are selected object, sandboxes, template support, history and chatter, data optional. So all that it can copy. Okay. But in my developer org, it can copy only apex or metadata or some sort of a configuration. So we will use this. Now let me click on next. Leave this apex class as empty. Data storage 200 MB. Sandboxes access. Give access for this group and create. This I have created my first sandboxes, okay, which is here. Now it is in queue. It will take on its own time, okay. Let's say maybe 25 minutes or 30 minutes, or it can go up to 45 minutes. So it is good that we have created today only, okay. So tomorrow we can go on a practical session. We will learn how to create objects, and then we'll create connections, then we'll use chain set, and then we will deploy it. Tomorrow we'll do 2 or 3 examples. We'll create objects, we'll create fields, and then we'll try to deploy it. Okay. Now this is my first sandbox. Then I'll create another sandbox. Sandbox 2. Okay, specify, no space in between. Then click on, see, one license has already been used. Now I'm going to use my second license and create. So you can on and on, you can create more and more. So once this sandboxes have been created and if the process is completed, right, then we will have a separate login details for these sandboxes also. Okay, so it will take time. So when we connect tomorrow, by that time it will get updated, it will be completed, and then we will create their login details, and then we will create something in these sandboxes. Okay, so as of now on today's assignment, two things that you need to remember: learn how many types of production instances, how many instances, and also what is the refresh intervals, what is the capacity, what is the storage capacity. All this you need to mug up this, and along with this you are supposed to create production org, create public group, create 2 sandboxes. Doable?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just create this. Tomorrow definitely we will ask you the complete developer types of sandboxes, why it is used, and what is that refresh intervals, so that it will be helpful for you even when you're cracking an interview, right? This question you won't be forgetting it. Okay, so we'll revise this and then we'll create, like, we will see how we can log in sandboxes, and then we will create objects, and then we will deploy in a production org. That we will do it tomorrow. Okay, so till here I want you guys to complete it. Create production org, and recommend you guys to create an professional edition. Okay, I've shared you this login here, but still I'll copy it and I'll share this data also to you. And I wanted to share one more thing. There is no attachment here. We can't do attachment. Let's see if I can do. This, I want you guys to have this. Save it this somewhere. Okay, after your class, save this file, or before this class could get end, save this and keep it. This will definitely be helpful, because most of the time we don't get when we are doing a search. So when we have got this, save that data. It will help you to understand what are the pricing, what are the features that does that contain, and what all we have different types of production instances, what can be added, all that you have a details. Okay. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we'll do practical. Possible, Sarika, will create your this thing, a production org and sandboxes. Tomorrow I will ask you to create an object live, and then we can see like how it is getting deployed also from your end. I will show you for sure, but I want you also to do it. Can you do it?
Yes, yes, sure.
Yeah. Create those sandboxes and production org and keep it.
Okay.
Okay. It will take time. See, it will
Yes.
take time. 25 to 30 minutes it will take. So it's good that we have done it today only.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Any doubts, Vignesh?
No, ma'am.
Sachin?
Yes, ma'am. I have a doubt. Usually in manual testing, right, what we do means, and developers we are working, and then I worked in a company that also, like I work, how to say, we used to test a web application, right? So
Correct.
they used to create a web application. There will be link for separate link for testing, and then testing and development. So it will be like same like production, like production and developers, like that is there, right?
Correct. Yes,
So
very
like that
much true.
only links will
So
be there.
you are
Separate link.
confused that why are we learning this, isn't that?
No. My doubt is we have to while testing we have to test the exact how to say exact file or exact web application like that we are going to learn, or we have to learn through Salesforce, like how admin classes are happen, like how to
Yes.
create
Yes.
objects, fields like that.
See, basically what happens, I'll tell you. Now we have learned admin and this thing, right? Now what does
Yeah.
a QA do is, now if your user story has come, like let's say for an example, as I given you last time, that create a user and given access, okay? Since it's already been modified and done by development team or admin team, right? Your job is only to do a testing, and Salesforce is already a predefined automated tool, isn't that? It's a cloud-based software. It is already an automated one. It's already predefined to you.
Yep.
So you are just being a QA, you're just ensuring it that the process, what has been created, what was been given, has it been implemented correctly? Especially in Salesforce, you will do a lot of manual testing, not in your automation testing. That's why in the entire curriculum,
My doubt is like like normal manual testing and all, it will be like exact app will be there, web application will be there. We used to test the whether login is correctly the credentials is opening correctly, or whether each and every options and like fields and everything is working correctly, like positive testing and negative testing, those stuffs and all we used to do, right?
Okay. Here you'll be doing a lot of with this thing, Excel sheets. Okay. You'll be working more on Excel sheets. You'll be creating a test cases and test descriptions, and you'll be writing the cases, all the steps and all, you'll be writing it. And
Yes.
you will have, now what is that? Now you're saying a different webs. Now this is a developer org, right? Now, like the way how you have a different production org, similarly for a QA also there will be a different org. There are hardly a difference. There are hardly some difference. As I said, the sandboxes and all. So now you will be creating a sandboxes and will be giving it to you, right? So there you will be doing a testing that has it been created correctly.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
So
the testing will be done.
we use Azure, right? Windows Azure, you know.
Yeah.
There we used to do a bug report and everything and all. Here, how we have.
Here, same like how you have done an admin job, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you have created. Now, after creating it, you're just doing a testing. That's it. You're just validating manually
Okay.
that whether all the process has been done correctly or not. And there are some times, okay, let's say if it is a formula field. If it is a formula field, then you will be doing a validations. You'll be validating using a Selenium. There is a tool for either we can use Postman or whether we can use Selenium. We can use Selenium and we can show you that whatever the process that you had done it. Let's say there is one formula field you have created, and in that we wanted to see the process that you have followed. Is it correct? The process that your developer has created, is it correct? The value, is it coming correctly? Now let's say if open date is open date plus today's date, okay? Today's date minus open date, how many days, since how many days it has been created? Let's say your job is open for 3 days. Now you being a tester, what will you do is you will be putting a value saying that, okay, this is my, I will be doing a testing. First, you will be doing a testing there. You'll create a record. And in that record, you'll be creating by today's date, you are creating a record, and open date you have left for 3 days back. Okay, example, or today's only you have left it. Okay. And in that, if you're seeing the value is 1, okay, once that is created, then you will be doing a retesting that the last value has come 1. Is it correct coming as per the requirement, or it is wrong?
Okay. Okay.
So here you will not have much thing. See, QA has got a very a less content to learn. Okay, because you will be doing all thing that is manual testing only. You'll
Yes.
be just validating everything. Even the flows are automated. Even flows are
Okay.
already, it is already created by developers and they are giving it to you. So what you will be doing is you'll be doing all negative and positive cases. You'll be testing it. You'll be, you'll crisscross what is the ways that you need to see the error. So you will see
Yeah.
all the corners. If I put this data, will I get an error? So all that you'll be doing a testing. That's it. And it's going to be a manual testing for you. 90%, not 90, 80% will be your manual testing. 20% will get involved with your automation testing.
Yeah, okay. Then it will be like the Selenium means under Selenium, we have to know some codings, right? Like
Yes,
in
yeah, that we
Selenium,
will
we used
cover
to
you.
do via
Asset text,
Java.
asset numbers.
No, via Java coding, we have to do Selenium codes, right?
Not
This is what we
necessary.
used to do.
Acha, that is different. But here you don't have so much things to, crack your head.
Okay.
It is a very simple process. But when you notice, even though it has got a very small process, okay, what kind of a testings? You'll have functional and non-functional testings, okay? What is the life cycle? You have more of theories rather than practical, to be very frank with you. So that is the
Yes,
reason we also involved this process of deployment. See, process of deployment, basically who does? Developer does. Why are we teaching you this?
yeah, we have to know what is the process.
Yes, you have to know that. Because
Yeah.
everything is interconnected. Why are we
Yep.
teaching you SOQL queries? But why are we
Hello?
teaching you? Hello?
We need to know. Yeah, we need to
You
know
need to
the
know
process.
this because without knowing, how will you fetch the record if you need to search something? And if you don't know SOQL queries, if you don't know queries, how will you fetch? How will you test? And there are so many things is not doable only by just admin. There are many things that needs to be done through the development, through the coding, through the Apex, right? So if
Yes.
something is getting triggered, you should know triggers, right? So that is the
Yep.
reason all these things are getting covered to you.
Okay.
It will go step by step, don't worry. See, in the last class, we had completed only 6 or 7 classes, but here it will go more because we have added a couple of more topics for you and we will go in depth.
No. Okay.
We'll go in depth, don't worry. Okay, and tomorrow when we create, see, in the last class, I had created hardly one object, one field, and I had closed it. Now, in this tomorrow session, we'll cover 2 to 3 objects and we will cover. We'll create 2 objects. We'll use 2 different sandboxes and we'll use 2 different objects and we'll create 2, like a couple of fields and then we will deploy and we will see how this can be deployed in the production.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go through and prepare this and be ready. So tomorrow, yeah, probably I might ask Sarika or I might ask you also to create one object and then deploy it. Then you will understand how it is easy to do a connection and then create an object and then deploy it in a production org. Once you do live in the production org, in the live class itself, right, you will have a fair idea. Because today, if I'm covering it, tomorrow you'll give a gap and day after tomorrow, if you're trying to cover, then again you'll be confused.
Yep.
So we'll show you then and there, we'll guide you and you will understand how we need to do. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Sarika. Thanks, Vignesh.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Sachin.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.